I was high on Dame Lillard going there. I don't want to make no excuses, but he got a lot of personal problems going on off the court. I don't want to get into that. But there's no excuse. I got to give props to Flea. Flea been saying it all depends on what's our guy Middleton. Flea been preaching that for a while. If Middleton is unhealthy, but for some reason, the Milwaukee thing, it seems like Brook Lopez took a step back from playing defense. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on with my guy Bobby Portis. My guy Bobby Schmurda Portis. So, they older. And then I didn't realize how much of a loss Drew Holiday and what's my guy over there in Phoenix?
Grayson Allen.
Yes. Losing those two. Wow. So I'm very disappointed. I'm not going to say very because they still in third place. But what makes them worse is acquiring Doc Rivers as a head coach. I don't think that helps. I don't want to kick a man when he's down. I'm not into that, so I ain't going to go too crazy. But I don't think that's a plus. I think that's a negative. So that on top of Dame Lillard not being Dame Lillard, and I have a problem with Dame Lillard showing up and showing out All-Star Weekend. But when it comes to, so for me, I'm disappointed, but they still in the third seed, and I still think with that roster, like Flea said, if Chris Middleton can get healthy, I still think they're the second best team. I don't want to say in the NBA, but they definitely top 5 in the NBA, but they're the second best team in the East. So I'm gonna leave it at this. This team is waiting for the playoffs, so I'm not going to panic. I want to see them in the playoffs.
Okay. I mean, you got anything you have to go ahead, Fabian?
No, I want to ask. I don't want to make it a Dame Lillard segment, but does he lose anything all time wise? Like they put him top 75. It was always a Kyrie comparison with him. Because remember, Kyrie is still kind of Kyrie in Dallas right now. It's just health. Does Dame in any one of your minds, for you, any one of you guys, does he get lowered in your rankings all time? Do you think differently of him because of what's going on in this season with the Milwaukee Bucks?
I'm not going to say that now, but if they fail to reach expectations, I am going to change. My opinion is going to be a little different for sure. He's got no excuses. That he averaged 30 points last year was his highest scoring season of his career. He's still averaging 25, 4, and 7, but he's shooting 42% from the field and 34 from 3. 42% from the field in this era, and he's a starter in the All-Star game, and he won All-Star MVP and 3-point shootout. But maybe this was to make a point because he's not playing that well. I mean, Giannis is still playing at an MVP level, 31, 11, and 6 with a steal and a block to go with it, 62%.
Damn.
I mean, the guy's been a beast. But I think what AllBall said is very relevant. Last year, they were 12th in offensive rating, but 5th in defense. This year, they're 5th in offense and 17th in defense. I think that starts when you replace Dame and Malik Beasley. I'm sorry, Dame and Drew Holiday and Grayson Allen with Dame and Malik Beasley. Makes a major difference.
Quick question. When Griffin got fired, were they in the second place?
Yes, they were.
And since Doc, they dropped a spot down with the little loser streak they've been on.
Correct. 3-7 with Glenn.
Wow. If I'm
3-7?
Yeah.
3-7. 2 of them without Dame, but 3-7.
Free. Yeah. I just seen a clip, right? And Giannis is very frustrated.
I watched this whole interview with Malika earlier. And
listen.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening to you.
No, just be brief. If I'm Giannis, I'm getting the hell out of there. I did my job. I'm sorry. They not listen. I'm sorry.
What are you talking about? They've given him whatever he wants.
I don't know if this is what he wanted.
What is he? What did the players not want Adrian Griffin fired?
That's not what they want, Dom.
What do they want?
I'll tell you what, Giannis wants to come to New York City. That's what he wants, Dom. Hey, yeah, hate to break it to you. They're gonna listen. They keep telling you over and over again, and you guys don't pay attention. Joel Embiid, we don't want nothing to do with you. It's time for a Knicks moment. Knicks rehab, baby. The glasses are on. You need your shades, Dom. What's wrong with you?
So we're done. That was it on the Bucks?
No, I'm not done. It's part of the Bucks.
No, I got.
They got
the Bucks,
Knicks are next anyway.
Go ahead, Fabe.
Yeah, the Bucks got what they wanted. You fired the championship coach. And then you got rid of championship players in Drew Holiday and Grayson Allen, replaced them with somebody who's not a champion. And for me, Dame Lillard does lower. He confirms what he was for me, because I didn't think he was Kyrie Irving. I never thought he was Kyrie Irving. And you like, what did he want to do? If he went to Miami, it'd be the same thing. It'd probably be lower, lower on the radar. But he couldn't make up for. It's all good. Like they're worried about running a pick and roll for Dame, and Giannis. Giannis is the dominant personality on the court. Off the court, he's being way too nice. He's showing frustrations, passive aggressiveness. That's Giannis' problem. He needs to go. They keep comparing him to Shaq. You need to act more Shaq-like. Shaq would have called everybody out by now. Shaq would have called out everybody. Shaq was not. He was passive aggressive, but he would have called out Kobe, called out Phil Jackson, called out the Water Boy. Giannis needs to go do that right now because Dame ain't stepping up, and you can't care about whatever's going on in his personal life. I'm sorry, you can't. But it's business.
Hold on. Let me play devil's advocate, please. Hold on, Flea. I know you're about to jump in there. 2 seconds. They was in second place, right? Let's not jump out the window. They was in second place. Now, Dom, I don't know if Giannis asked for 4 coaches in the last whatever little span of time. And that's, to me, what he's really complaining about. I don't know if Giannis asked for this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But my thing is this. I'm going to just leave it at this. I'll let Flea go. All this will be erased if they win the finals. All this will be erased.
But they're not gonna.
And that's the direction I was going in, right? I wanted to start by saying minus Kevin Durant, because we know Kevin Durant was dropped into Golden State and it was seamless, right? How many superstars can we go back to and remember them being dropped into a new team, whether that's via trade, whether that's via free agency, whatever, teaming up?
Did he freeze?
Yeah, I think so.
Man, that's unfortunate, but okay, now
can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Can y'all hear me?
We got you. Yeah.
Okay.
I can hear you.
No, I just said we could talk about Doc and his coaching and shine the light on his history and all of that. That we could do that. He's earned that. But what I'm saying is we could all have to come back here and retract what we're saying. You remember your shit, OG? Retract the retraction?
Yes.
Like we could all come back here because we've seen things turn after an All-Star break. We've seen things turn when there's a little bit of turmoil. We've seen things turn when there's like, guys get settled into their role. Dame is a top 75 player, so it's like, all right, he's that great that he should fit seamless. But we remember the best player that Dame ever played next to was CJ McCollum. It's the best player he's ever played next to.
Marcus Aldridge.
No, like, well,
no, I'm laughing because I knew Don was going to say LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yes, he is.
LaMarcus, excuse me, my fault. LaMarcus or CJ, my fault, Dom. I messed that up. And 2, I know he hates it. But I'm just saying, those guys were the best guys he's played next to. He's playing next to a 2-time MVP and a guy who's won a championship already. So as much criticism as Dame has earned, Giannis, lead us, man. Lead us. We need you to lead us, man. Well, show me to the promised land. Go ahead.
You made a great point. When LeBron went to Miami the first year, they didn't win.
Right.
Even LeBron with the Lakers the first year, they didn't win. Let's not be mistaken. Boston didn't win yet, and they get them guys dropped over there like FedEx. I don't know how they.
Okay, that's another that Celtics team with Doc Rivers. When they came together, they won immediately.
Right? No.
There's only a few.
No, but Flea, but I'm saying even now, I'm saying with the Boston Celtics, Tatum and Brown tenure, I'm saying, remember, they had Kyrie. Now they got Porzingis. Right. So for me, I don't want to make an excuse. I'm a big Dame guy, and I was high on this move. But for me, guys like teams like Milwaukee, teams like the Clippers, I think they have players. They just want to get to the playoffs. Now, once again, if the Milwaukee Bucks don't win a championship or be competitive in the championship, this is a major failure. I'm talking about game 6, 7, and it's going down to the wire or chip. Anything less than that, this is a failure. And I think Dame is going to look real bad, especially if he don't play lights out. I'm sorry.
I think that the first mistake was saying that this team, that Damian Lillard was a superstar. I've been telling you guys he's no longer a superstar. He's an all-star, and he's showing it this season. He is an all-star. He is not a superstar anymore. And this should not be that difficult of a fit. You're clearly allowed to be the second guy. You can run pick and rolls at Giannis as the screener, and it looks pretty good. I mean, what I don't understand. Like, we're making too many excuses for this guy. He's not very interested in playing defense. I like Damian Lillard, but how many passes is he going to get? He got to perform this playoffs. And on the subject of Chris Middleton, to end off, I can't speak on Lopez because I haven't watched his defense consistently enough this year. I have, however, heard about Portis being kind of a black hole on offense and that he can't play this 5 defensively. So AllBall making, some decent points there. But I will say with Middleton, he only played 33 games last year, and this year he's already played 43. He's averaging 15 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists on 49, 38, 83 shooting splits.
It's not enough. It's not enough.
What do you think? You got to average more. Should he shoot more shots? How many shots do you think Chris Middleton should take per game, AllBall?
What is he at now? Can you see what he's at now?
Yeah, he's shooting 12 shots a game.
Easily 16. He should be averaging 20. He should be more aggressive. Yeah.
I think, to be honest, it's a lot of it is the same thing. Like with Anthony Davis with the Lakers. Who does Milwaukee have to make it easier for Giannis to operate in the paint?
Damian Lillard.
The pick and roll stuff. He's not a passer. He's not going to make it easier for Giannis to get the ball to Giannis in the right spot in the paint. The same way you got them. Okay, hold on. It's the same guys on the Lakers. These guys want to ball hog, shoot, chuck, and do all that other stuff, but they're not setting it up for Anthony Davis to go in the paint and operate. He just was there with Akeem Olajuwon for what reason? I've been telling you guys all year long. I haven't seen Giannis look this good ever in my life in the paint.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah, if you don't, Dame Lillard. Okay, so now they're confused on. I really believe they're confused on trying to cater to Dame, and they should not be catering to him. You should always cater to your number one guy first. Then everything else will fall in place.
Let me ask y'all a question, and this is not justifying or making no excuse, but they have 2 alphas over there. They have 2 number one guys, and if you don't have the coacher or the coach, meaning like you see how that's Steph Curry's team, but when Kevin Durant came over there, it was understood. I'm not saying Dame Lillard is Kevin Durant, but Fave, they have to figure that out. They we can always respectfully disagree. That's why I love y'all like brothers, because we don't never agree on anything, and that's what makes us great. But if they don't figure this out, they can lose in the first round, because once again, you have a coach that can't figure Jack out. So they have a major problem, and I don't know if Dame Lillard is able to take a back seat. I'm just being honest with you. I don't think so.
I think for you to say that and then learning what we learned, and Draymond still saying the same thing that he said, repeating what he said 4 years ago, whenever it was when KD was there, letting him know this is not your team. This goal starts and begins and ends with Steph Curry. This in Milwaukee starts and ends with Giannis. He's the number one person. Bro, Dame Lillard is in nowhere near. When was the last time he was in an MVP conversation? Giannis is year in, year out in an MVP conversation. This shouldn't even be close. If Dame Lillard thinks he's on the same level as Giannis, he's out of his mind and his ego is out of control. And and maybe you're right. Maybe they do think that way. Maybe the Bucks think that way, and that's the problem. You guys, at some point, you got to give up on that idea.
Dom, what Fabian just said about Draymond Green, you can't court someone and then tell them it's not about them. I don't care what Draymond Green says after the fact or in that moment against the Clippers. Y'all went up there and basically begged Kevin Durant to come to y'all. So you can't tell me for those 2 championships he wasn't the guy.
But that's not even the point. The point is that you quoted him to come there, and now while he's there, we're all seeing Steph Curry is still the way the offense is ran through. KD, yes, you make it easier for Steph Curry and everything, but you're still not the guy we base the offense around. Same thing with Milwaukee. If we got it twisted, and so you're telling me Dame got it twisted and they haven't even won? At least KD could say, "Yo, we won 2 with me.
No,
We were unstoppable."
It ain't that Dame got it twisted. If your whole career you've been that guy, this is the thing I say about LeBron when y'all say pass the torch. If it's in your bloodstream, if you've been the guy your whole life, it's hard to not be the guy. To me, it's not intentional, but it's hard for Dame Lillard or any of these superstars to go somewhere. I don't care how many rings Giannis got. Some guys have that makeup like an AI. You my equal. I don't care what you got. I don't care about your accolades. So I'm saying it's nothing wrong with that. To me, that's where coaching comes into play. That's where culture. That's why what Golden State did was so legendary. Even going before Kevin Durant with Iguodala, when the coach sat him down. Hey, remember, people can say what they want. Iggy was that dude. And Philly did. He was that dude. Came over and coach told him, hey, I need you to come off the bench. And then just changed the whole dynamic of the Golden State culture. Then when Kevin Durant comes there, we know Steph Curry's the guy. But you know what we're going to do? It's bigger than basketball. We want to win. Here you go, KD. Take us home. I'm not saying Dame Lillard is Kevin Durant. I'm just saying when you've been that guy forever, remember, him and Giannis probably butting heads. It's difficult, man. They got to figure that out.
So we're saying the
culture.
same. We're saying the same thing then, AllBall.
Can y'all hear me?
We're saying the same. Yeah, we can. I'm sorry, Flea. We're saying the same thing. I just want to finish that up. We're saying the same thing. It's just that it's not going to work because there is no system. The system around Giannis is not as easy as it is to fit around Steph. It's not. It will be harder for Dame to turn into a pass first guard all of a sudden and feed Giannis the ball. He's like you said, that's not in him. That's not in his DNA. That's not who he is. And the Bucks messed up by ever thinking that was it. They made a huge mistake. Like that, we both agree. It's up top.
We'll see about that.
But hold on, Flea was going to say something.
I just wanted to say something about the Bucks, and we can move on. It's not even about the players and all of that stuff, but OG was talking about culture. And for me, I just think culture is something that organically happens. It just is organic, man. You get a group of guys together and the right coach. It's just the right mix of stuff, right? There's a reason why all 30 NBA teams don't have great culture. Like, it's a reason why. It's not that just because you're a professional doesn't mean you just walk through the doors and, oh, this is going to be a great culture because we're all pros and we got drafted. We made the NBA. He's a professional coach. So it's seamless. Every team is not like that. So Milwaukee got stuff to figure out. It's just I don't think they got the right mix around those two guys. Losing shooting like Grayson Allen. Grayson Allen's the only guy shooting 50, 40, 90 in the league right now. How much could they use that right now? Just in terms of freeing up and getting guys, in different spots. You made a point, and last thing I got to say about them, Chris Middleton. When Chris Middleton wakes up, when Chris Middleton feels a little youthful again, maybe things look different. But, we acting like these two all-star level players and they got a superstar level player over there is just supposed to make everything go away. And their flaws are glaring right now. And
I'll tell you one thing. I'm going to end it with this. They're not going to win the championship because they got Glenn Rivers, and that's signed their own death warrant right there. So